Alright guys, we have our headlines. Top 4 officially set. You guys did not see my YouTube short on Saturday talking about that. I did talk about it, and I got everyone down to the number correct. So, today, obviously, it's Monday. We're going to react to the conference championship games. However, tonight's also the knockout round for the NBA in-season tournament. It starts tonight. Pelicans taking on the Kings tonight in round 1 of the knockout stages, and then the Bucks are playing tomorrow, I believe. So, that's what I'm watching tonight and tomorrow night. However, that being said, again, it's Monday, so we got some conference championship games to talk about. Talk about the CF4, give my CFP predictions, top 4. Give me my predictions for that as well. Talk about some of the other games, and we'll do a big bowl season breakdown probably on Friday. Come in predicting all of the bowl games before they start. That's what we're going to do on Friday. However, let's go ahead, hop into some NFL or some conference championship weekly reactions. Let's do it with our last ever college football reaction video of the year. Alright, so again, the first game that we're going to talk about is Liberty and New Mexico State. Obviously, Liberty took the W here against New Mexico State, but it was a really, really high-scoring battle, 35-49. I mean, I didn't really watch a lot of this game. I watched the majority of the first quarter, and then that was about it until this game started. However, from what I watched, it was a very fun and interesting game to watch, and Liberty goes undefeated, gets a New Year's Six bowl bid. Let's move on to the next game, though. All right, moving on, and that's the next one, Oregon, Washington. Like we talked about, the one that was hyped up to be that what it was, and it was, again, absolutely, it felt like a semifinal game for me. Michael Penix Jr. obviously was great. He was 13 of 19, 1 touchdown and 1 pick as well. Bo Nix played great as well. The offense for Oregon did struggle in the first half. However, they found their footing in the second half a little bit and almost came back, almost beating Washington 31-34. However, Washington escapes and Washington gets in to the college football playoff at number 2, where they will face Texas. Now, that's going to be a good game. However, Washington side of thing, Michael Penix was great. Again, he's proven his Heisman candidate. I think he will have a shot at going this weekend. But regardless, great win for Washington as they beat Oregon to go into the college football playoff that was needed to do. All right, so really quickly here before we move on, we'll go ahead and talk about the 3 kind of mid-tier conference championship games, if you will. Boise State getting the job done against UNLV, and I've heard that Harsin is actually going to go back to Boise State after next year. So, that aside, Boise State gets the win in their conference championship game, and they move on to 8-6, I believe, on the year, 44-20. Great win for them. The next game is Miami, Ohio, and Toledo. Did not watch a single snap of this game. Didn't even know it was happening for all of that matter. However, Toledo did lose to Miami of Ohio, so good for them. Troy, on the other hand, though, in this game, I kind of kept up with back and forth while the SEC championship game was going on. That was Troy and App State. This was an absolutely great game to watch. Troy I guess they pulled through there at the end. They were up, but they were already up. However, they started to come back and stuff like that happened. But Troy did prevail as they get the win against App State to go back-to-back in Sun Belt Championship history. So, Troy are the back-to-back Sun Belt champions. Those are my reaction in those 3 games. Let's go ahead and talk about the final 3 games before we move on. It's going to be kind of a shorter video because I will be very, very busy. All right, moving on to the 11 a.m. game on Saturday. Of course, we talked about the 3 really non-conference Power 5 games. We can get those out the way. However, the next game that I want to hit on is Texas and Oklahoma State. Texas looked really, really good here. Quentin Ewers, 452 yards of offense, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick. He played outstanding this game. Archie Manning even got in there on the game a little bit. They've been utilizing him more because he's a redshirt. He can only play for so many of years. But he's played in back-to-back games for Texas, and that shows up that Texas deserves to be in the college football playoff like they were, rightfully so. And, of course, they showed it here against Oklahoma State, beating them 49-21. Offense looked great. Defense looked great. Special teams look kind of iffy. However, you can work on that. And, of course, you'll be set for the college football playoff. So, great win for the Texas Longhorns. It was about what everyone expected it, though, against Oklahoma State. Glad Archie didn't get in the game, though. Alright, so, of course, the next game, the SEC Championship game, Alabama upsetting number 1 Georgia, and this solidified Alabama's spot in the college football playoff. Saturday night, if you guys did not hear what I said that if you put Alabama in, you have to put Texas in as well, and that's very well what the committee did yesterday. They put the Alabama Crimson Tide in after beating the number 1 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs. This game was very good. It was obviously what you wanted out of an SEC championship game, number 1. However, Carson Beck was the leading rusher, or the leading passer of the game. Milroe kind of looked iffy at times. However, the offense did survive, and they got the job done. The defense held Carson Beck a lot during that last drive. That last drive, Georgia did kind of struggle a little bit there. However, Alabama did get the job done, and the defense especially got it done basically in Atlanta. They were the home team here. However, it wasn't at home for them. Obviously, you guys know the drill. That stuff. Jalen Milroe looked really good. They had some help from the refs, yes, don't get me wrong. But again, I think they could have won this game without the refs' help. I think everybody in the country knew that they could have won this game without the refs' help. The refs helped them a little bit, however, not to an extent to where it ultimately decided the game, if you know what I'm saying. Georgia really should have won that game. They did not win that game, and now they drop all the way to 6 and have to face Florida State in the Peach Bowl. However, Alabama does get the job done against the Georgia Bulldogs, as they are now in the college football playoff. Congratulations. All right, moving on to the next game. Of course, that is Michigan taking on Iowa. Shutout, complete shutout. Everything it was expected this game to be and more. Again, Michigan proving that they can shut out opponents, and really, really good opponents as well, and proving that they're the number 1 team in the country this week. I mean, come on now. That should say something in and of itself. However, Michigan kind of struggled offensively a little bit. They only didn't put up more than 30 points in this game, which shockingly, I know. Still, they got the job done. However, they still got to put up points if they are going to beat an Alabama team in the college football playoff semifinal coming in the next couple of weeks or so. However, that being said, the next game, Florida State and Louisville. This video is kind of hopping all over the place just because there's not really a whole lot of games on this week. This will be the last one that react to. Absolutely boring-ass game to watch if you're asking me. Florida State, on the other hand, though, they did deserve to win this game. They were the better team here. Louisville showed up to play. Offensively, they just couldn't move the ball downfield. That's what I saw from this game. That's what I'm taking away from this game, is that Louisville could not move the ball down the field offensively. Florida State, on the other hand, did it, but did it to a limited capacity. And again, if Jordan Travis is still playing in this game, Florida State will make it to the college football playoff, no questions asked. However, he's not. That's one of the criteria for the college football playoff. I know a lot of people hate that, but that is ultimately how Florida State did not get into the playoffs, and that is what I saw, especially on Saturday. I saw that these 4 teams are the best and most healthy squads in college football. So that's where I'm going to end my reactions for this video. Let's head to the outro really quickly. I know it's kind of an off and on video. However, that's where we're going to end things for today. Anyway, let me know what you thought of my reactions in the comments down below. Just want to give my thoughts on the college football playoffs really quickly. Not really a whole lot on these games. However, I did want to highlight some of the quarterback play in these games, some of the wide receivers as well. However, that's where I'm going to end today's video. Once again, knockout rounds from the NBA tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern time on TNT. It's going to be a great one. Pelicans, Kings, and then the Pacers and the Celtics are also playing during the early wave on TNT in their version of the knockout rounds as well. So, that's where I'm going to end today's video. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tomorrow, NFL reactions. We'll get those out the way. And then, of course, Wednesday we'll be back with some NFL picks. I know I took last week off. That's because I was sick. I am back. Obviously, you guys heard a little bit of my voice, but I'm back. We should be back daily with videos. So, that's where I'm going to end today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.